Hi everyone, welcome to this series where we'll deploy a full PostgreSQL database in the cloud. We'll be working with a simplified Northwind database, perfect for practical demos and hosting it on a cloud provider's free tier. This series is designed for SQL literate developers, so we'll focus on real cloud workflows rather than basic SQL syntax. So why use a cloud database? Simply because it removes the friction. You don't have to worry about local installs or configuration headaches. It's easy to share with a team or an audience. And most importantly, you get a production-like environment for testing, branching, and working with server-side functionality. There are a few big advantages to going cloud first. You get instant scaling, whether you have 10 users or 10 million. The database grows with you without a redesign. You only pay for what you use, with no servers to manage and to no massive upfront costs. It works anywhere with global access, high uptime, and automatic backups baked in, and with far less ops to worry about. You can focus on building your product instead of babysitting infrastructure. So in this series, you'll learn how to create, populate, and interact with a PostgreSQL database in the cloud, building advanced reports and using workflows that actually make sense in modern cloud-based setups. For this series, I'll be using Neon as the cloud PostgreSQL provider, but the concept and workflows you're about to see apply to pretty much any cloud provider that offers managed Postgres, especially on a free tier. Neon just happens to be a clean, easy option for demos. So we'll learn how to use it by doing a number of steps. We'll go to neon.tech website, sign up for a free tier, then create a new project. And once the project is ready, we'll click on the connection info to get the connection string. And then we'll also learn how to use the built-in SQL editor. So let's jump to neon.tech website to start. So I've opened up a browser and I've went to neon.tech or neon.com website. And at this point, I do not have an account yet. So I'll click on the sign up button and I'll have two options. I could try to create my account using Google, GitHub, or Microsoft, or I can continue with an email. So I'll choose the email option. I will use an existing account, email account that I own, and then enter the password for it and make sure it's a real email account, and then click continue. And I'm almost there. And it says you need to verify my email address to activate the account. So I jumped over to my Gmail account provider. And in my inbox, I see a Neon email that says that I need to verify my email. So I'll click on that. And then it takes me to the email content. And it says click the button below to activate your account. So I'll click on the activate account button. And at this point, it takes me to a page where I can select some of the options of where I need to create my project and other input that it needs to finish up the creation of the Neon account. So essentially, basically, I'm creating the project. So I'll put in a project name. I'll call it Northwind-Lite, and then it'll be using Postgres version 17. And then I will choose the region that's closest to me. I think it automatically tries to figure out where you are, and then it picks the region. So I'll go with AWS US East. And then I'll click on the Create Project button to create the project. I'll bypass this, and it takes me to the project dashboard. At this point, every Postgres provider looks roughly the same. You create a project, choose a region, and you get a managed database without worrying about the servers. Now that the project is created, the next thing we need is the database connection details. Every cloud provider gives you a connection string. This is what applications, scripts, and tools like dbbeaver, pgadmin, or your own Python or Node apps use to connect to the database. So even if you weren't using Neon, this exact steps would still exist. And this is how anything talks to your database in the cloud. So the steps to get to the connection string involve going to the dashboard, which we already are, the project dashboard. And we click on the connect button, and you will see a pop-up that gives you details about how to connect to your database, including the branch, including the database name, the roles, and here at the bottom here you have the connection string. This is the string that you would need again to use to any apps that you want to use your database with. So basically you can just copy this string and use it wherever you want to use it when you're connecting to this database. So keep it handy and remember where you can find it. You can always come here and find it. And add one quick security note is that it has credentials, so you probably don't want to share it publicly. So conceptually, this is the same across cloud providers. You get a managed PostgreSQL database, cloud persistence, and a connection string that works anywhere. Neon adds some nice extras like serverless scaling and branching, which makes it great for demos and learning. But the skills you're picking up here transfer directly to other cloud Postgres platforms. And this is a free tier version of this, and you can use it for as long as you want, as long as it's not for business. So it's great for learning and doing demos. Now Neon has a built-in SQL editor where you can run scripts directly in the browser. Let's take a look at it. Let's open it, take a look at it. Here you can see that it's an editor where you can enter scripts and pretty much run the scripts and get results. You can also connect via third-party editor like pgadmin. You can download pgadmin from their website, or another nice tool that they have is called dbeaver. It's also a great universal database tool that you can use using the connection string to connect to your Postgres database. But for simplicity, will use the built-in editor that comes with Neon. Now let's take a quick tour of the Northwind-Lite database. This is the schema we'll be working with throughout the series. At the center, we have customers, which stores company details and contact information for the business placing orders. Employees represents the sales team who handles each order and how sales activity is distributed. Products contain the items being sold, including pricing and availability. And each product belongs to a category, which let us group and analyze products at the higher level. Orders tracks each customer purchase, capturing when an order happened and who handled it. And finally, order items is the junction table that connects orders and products, breaking each order down into individual line items, what was sold, in what quantity, and at what price. If we take a quick look at the primary and foreign keys, we'll see that the customers table's ID, which is the primary key of the customers table, but is the foreign key in the orders table. And if you take a look at the employee's primary key ID, it's a foreign key in the orders table. And similar in orders table, we have the primary key ID, and it is a foreign key in the orders items table. And finally, we have the products primary key ID is a foreign key in the orders items table. This schema is intentionally simplified for teaching, but is still fully relational and very realistic. It let us demonstrate joins, aggregations, reporting queries, and server-side functions exactly the way you do it in a production system. In the next videos, we'll create these tables from scratch, load data into them, and start building cloud-friendly reporting functions on top of this schema. By the end of this series, you'll know how to take PostgreSQL from zero to cloud ready. You'll learn how to create and manage a Postgres database in the cloud, design a clean relational schema that scales, populate your database with realistic production style seed data, write server-side functions and advanced reporting queries, use your database like a cloud API for analytics or application backends. The focus here is on real practical cloud workflows, not just writing SQL syntax in isolation. If you already know SQL, this series is about leveling it up for the cloud. In the next video, we'll start by creating the database schema live in Neon, step by step. You'll see how primary keys, foreign keys, and identity columns work in a cloud-hosted Postgres database. Make sure you have your Neon project ready. We'll be running scripts directly in the editor. Well, that's it for episode 1. In episode 2, we'll create the schema and set the foundation for our cloud-hosted Northwind-Lite database. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any episodes in this series. See you in the next video.